Hey guys, in today's video, I am actually going to a call where the lady said when it's cold, she has no heat. And this is a heat pump with heat strips, an older heat pump, an R22 system. I investigate all the reasons that could cause this. I find multiple reasons and I fix them. Stay tuned. Tell me what you're having trouble with.
Well, it's working now, so I don't know if you had it came before.
It's possible. So you tell me, I remember now. When it gets cold, it doesn't produce heat.
It does not. Let me show you what I have to do.
Okay.
Oh, that's a whole another thing. They're coming to that too. So, I turn that on. And it works. It'll give me a little something for a while. I don't know, the last guy showed me to do that. But I have to turn it off. Maybe it waits about an hour. Mm-hmm. And then and I'll get a little heat. It'll warm up a little bit. But by morning though, the thing is all the way over here. It's freezing in here. It's like it's trying, and I can hear it. It sounds different. That out there, it sounds like it's trying.
All right, let's turn it on.
Okay. It's working this morning. It was hot in here.
All right, and I'm gonna check things outside, okay?
Okay. Yeah, it worked last night. I don't know, maybe it wasn't as cold. So I didn't have a problem last night. I had heat.
Okay.
But the first night, whatever that night, it was 20-some degrees overnight. I didn't have any heat.
No. All right, let's find this outdoor unit. Ooh, we're producing heat. I hate it when I lose a screw like that. Alright, everything she was describing to me makes me think that when it gets cold, it may not be going through defrost. Alright, I'm killing the power. This is one of those Square D QO disconnects. Killing the power knowing that that disconnect may not turn back on. She said it sounded different when this coil is iced up. It does sound different. She said when it's cold, like we had a night the other night, it got to 27 degrees. It was blowing cold air. That indicates to me there might be more than one problem. If the heat pump isn't working, it'll blow cold air. But the heat strip should at least keep it close to the set point. So she may have multiple problems. All right, one of the reasons I kill power is because I wish to, that was really loose. Disconnect this wire right here. Which will help me force it into defrost. just leave that hanging there. Give y'all a better view. This wire goes up here on the defrost board that controls my condenser fan motor. So on this one, this is my defrost thermostat. While we're talking about it, let's look. It looks like it is still attached on the coil down there. I'm gonna pull that off. Turn power back on. All right. Let's allow this coil to start to freeze up. In the meantime, I'm gonna put some probes on it. I disconnect the condenser fan motor, this wire right here, which will make this coil start to freeze up. And if it starts to freeze up, this switch right here is supposed to close. So really we just need to get that switch to close. And then there's some test pins right here. Nope. Here they are. There's some speed up test pins. I'll show you. That right there is for the defrost thermostat. This right here. But if you can see right there with that little black, right here where it says speed up. Once this closes and we plug it back up, we hit the speed up. And that speeds up the timer for the defrost. Because right now it's set for like every 90 minutes. I think that's right, set for every 90 minutes. And speed up that timer and it'll do it in seconds. This is very likely an old R22 system, and that head pressure isn't, well, it's a little bit low if you ask me, considering the temperatures we have right now. It's warm in the house, and it's 73 degrees out here. Woo. That hot gas line right there is smoking hot. I'm only at 173 psi, but it's hot. You don't know, with a heat pump, it's easier for it to produce heat than it is for it to remove heat. But if it's low on refrigerant, even though this is hot, that does not mean it's going to be hot upstairs. That heat has to travel all the way upstairs as a vapor, and if it's low on refrigerant, it has trouble doing that. Alright, this is, my thermostat is now closed. Alright, so what I need to do, jump out those speed up pins and see if it'll go through defrost. Alright, because it's in defrost, that motor is not going to spin until it comes out of defrost. Right now I'm checking to make sure it's energizing my white wire. Yes, I'm getting 26 volts on white, but that may be from the thermostat as well. When that comes out of defrost, when this switch opens up, that defrost thermostat, it'll come out of defrost. (2007) unit. Those defrost timers, they will either terminate if this reaches a certain temperature and opens, or they'll terminate on time. All right, what in the world just happened? One thing we can do, and I'm going to show you if I can reach over here without getting shocked. This little timer is adjustable, and right now it's on 90 minutes. I just put it on 30 minutes, so it's going to check for a defrost conditions every 30 minutes instead of every 90 minutes. All right, now let's just go upstairs and make sure that our heat strips are working, because she lost all of her temperature in the house the other night. They may not be working at all. Let's see. Turn system off, fan to auto, turn it to emergency heat. All right, let's turn it back to heat. Set to emergency heat. Let's check our heat strips. New filter. All right, let's see where this air handler is. It might be back there. Oh, it's not so bad back here. I could do without this. Whew. All right, I don't hear the blower running, and I've got the emergency heat turned on, which automatically tells me that there's something wrong. Whew. It's a little bit dusty. Alright, we do have us a heat relay back there. That black box back there in the back is a heat relay that takes the place of a sequencer. Alright, gray is for my fan. That looks like my yellow. Is brown going to be common, and orange. This right here looks like my white wire, and it's not even hooked up. Why is my white wire not hooked up? These are my two whites. That tells me that somebody else has disconnected this for some reason. I'm trying to see how much heat we have. Looks like we got 10 kW. She said somebody else had been out here and told her something wouldn't work. Alright, this thermostat wire is smaller than 18 gauge, which makes it hard to strip. One. There's two. All right. Alright, I'm going to be testing. Let's see if this transformer is grounded. It's hard to tell. Because it's hard to tell, I'm going to undo my common right here. Alright. Between this one in common, 7 volts. All right, I got 27 volts here. I'm a little cautious right now because I don't know why it was disconnected. let's connect to our white wire. All right, I heard the relay energize. Ooh, it's smoking. Y'all see this? All right, the limit just went out. All right, so that blue wire is supposed to energize. It's hard for me to show you. Oops. This blue wire right here is our normally closed. So we do not have a call on green. So this should be connected to this and bring on the fan when the heat strips come on. That did not happen. All right. Right now, I could really use an alligator clip. Let me look for one. All right, I'm gonna put this lead on this wire right here. Goes straight to the transformer. It has power all the time, and that is one of the wires that powers my blower. That is the other side of power. When you have 240 volts, you have two legs. This is one leg, and this right here is the other. So I'm gonna clip on to that if I can. Yeah, that's because that is in the back. That is easier said than done. Let me find another yellow. All right, that is on that power. We are going to, now as soon as that relay energizes, I should be getting 240 volts. I'm not getting 240 volts. So that means it's likely do not have a problem with this board in the relay, which powers the blower motor. I'm not getting my voltage to this blue wire. And that one is this one. Now I'm testing on the other side of that Molex plug. The wire here goes straight to that relay. Nope, not getting 240 volts. I think it's going to be that heat relay in the back. I kind of want to make sure. I wonder why it wasn't fixed the first time somebody found it. During normal operation, these heat strips, I think, still would have worked. And that's why I'm about to test. Alright. I was going to jump out the blower, but it came on by itself. Let's take this opportunity to check our amp draw. I just heard that thing click again. Man, come on. All right. I still don't have, but y'all forgive me, I still don't have but one heat strip working right now. All right, why is my blower doing that? Why is my blower turning on and off? Oh. Alright, that turned on the heat pump when I did that because apparently they're connected through the thermostat somehow. My green and my yellow are going to be connected through the thermostat, so I can't jump it out that way. But I can temporarily do that, and once again we have one heat strip working. That one's not working. I'm going to test across this limit here. I'm not reading anything across that limit. De-energize that heat strip while the blower's not running. So if the limit's not bad. You see, that's the same heat strip. That's the same side that powers this blue wire right here. And what I'm trying, this blue wire right here is what feeds my blower motor, basically this. And it is also the same side that is feeding this heat strip. So I need to determine if it's the relay or if we also have a problem with the heat strip. So I'm gonna, let me see. All I have to do is test to see if that heat strip is getting 240 volts. I think I can do that. All right, I'm gonna touch these together real quick so the blower will come on. Jump out the heat. Okay, that heat strip is not getting power, so it's our heat relay up here. Let's leave that disconnected for right now until I get back. Tell you what, this ain't the hot one, this is the hot one. Let's leave that disconnected, and I seem to have been losing my wire nuts, but I had two of them up here with me, so. All right. Heat relay. I thought I would show you what's up here. We have a couple of fuses and an old heat relay. These relays come in two parts. You have that little board on the top and then the relay underneath it. I'm gonna call and see if we can get them both right now. If we can't, I'm gonna rewire with a sequencer. Okay, my carrier distributor was gonna have to order both parts, so I'm gonna replace that heat relay with this sequencer. This is the Q103. Basically, we have M1, if I can find it, M1 through M4 on this. I can do 2 heat strips and my blower motor with it, and I'll show you how. All right. Killed power. And forgive me, my lights are starting to fail. This right here, we're going to put new ends on. That is my low voltage going to that relay. How am I going to get you set up in here so you can see this? Let me try. All right, let's go ahead and get our sequencer put in there, and we can just basically go one wire for wire. If y'all can see, this thing still has, even though it's got that newer, even though it's 18 years old, that newer style relay on it, the holes are still there for the sequencers that they used to have, which makes my job easier. All right, so one of these wires right here is, that's my straight power. That's power coming in, and we're gonna have a jumper that goes from there. So let's see. Oh, look at there, they're already joined together. That's nice. All right. Everything seems to be a little bit tied up here. All right, so my power coming in, I'm putting on the bottom right here. Forgive me if that is hard to see. It's actually hard for me to see too. And this power that was loose. Everything's still connected together, so it's making this real easy. All you want to do, you can hook these up basically any way you want. You just want to make sure that this blue wire right here that feeds the blue wire right here, that feeds this blue wire up here, goes over here. If you got power coming in on one side, it goes out on the other. So you want this. Man, that felt loose. You just want your blue wire to be on the top, which is where your M1 and M2 are. That is the first part of the sequencer to energize. And the M3 and M4, which is underneath it, energizes second. Make sure I didn't pull that loose. This wire goes over here. Man, and that feels loose. If they're loose, they'll burn up. A loose connection with that much amperage going through it will burn up. Come on. I didn't squeeze it that much. There we go. Alright, so basically this wire right here that you see with my fingers, just pulled loose, didn't it? Let's tighten that up a little bit. That is my common. And common is what's broken through the sequencer or the heat relay, and is what's broken through the blower relay. That's why this works. Come on. Hold on a second, I'm having difficulty. Alright, back to where we were. I got that hooked up now. Basically this main wire right here, that's one of my power wires going in. It feeds M3 right here, and it's got a jumper that comes up here and feeds M1. When low voltage, which we don't have hooked up yet, energizes, the top will close first, and it'll send power from here to here, energizing this heat strip and this blue wire, which will bring on the blower motor. Then it'll energize M3 and 4, which will bring on this heat strip. Now we just need to put the right kind of ends on this so we can plug it up to our sequencer. Alright, I just felt something on my head. It's never a good thing. And it don't matter which side of these go on. One of them's going to be hot, one of them's going to be common. You just got to put one on one side and one on the other. I hope that wasn't a wasp that was on my head. Because of the lack of light, I can't see anything except what's right in front of me. All right. Basically, that's it. Let me make sure everything's right. Everything's still plugged up. All right. Okay. All right, if I put my whites together, if it's still calling for emergency heat downstairs, blower and heat strips should come on. In a sequence, that's why they call it a sequencer. So now I need to test to see if it's still getting a call. Red, here's my comment. Nope, I'm no longer getting a call. I must have satisfied the thermostat. All right, let's jump from red to white. Oh, no wonder. I don't have power. All right, let's see what happens. Woo. They came on at the same time, but both heat strips are working and my blower came on. Oh, about to forget my jumper. I think this old girl is going to make it through another winter. All right, if y'all have stuck around to the end of this video, thank you very much. How about leave a thumbs up and comment and hype? And hey, I got news for you. We finally have our fence put up and Riley can run free in the yard. He don't know what to think about it. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one.